What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our OTC Saturday video. We're going to be talking about 6 stocks today, 3 that we're bringing up as far as OTC Saturday, 3 that we have been talking about, kind of just an update on the 3 plays, probably my 3 top plays. I haven't been excited about these 3 plays as I have been in a long time, since TSNP, DSGT, and ABML. And all 3 of those have exploded. Congratulations to everyone. We gave you TSNP at 0.0034. This thing rocked all the way up to about $1.70 yesterday. It doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon, so anybody who grabbed on that alert and is still holding, doing very well. So congratulations to all. We're going to start this out, in fact, as kind of a... going to talk about the 3 that we haven't talked about before, and then we'll go over a recap of our 3 of them from last week that we're still watching and still very heavily invested in this week. First one is EQLB. That's EQLB. That's EQ Labs. This is actually a this is what it says. It's a marketing leader, and they develop and market and also sell to the retail market energy drinks. They sell them to retail stores, casinos, beverage distributors, outlets and chains such as 7-Eleven throughout the entire U.S. This stock closed on Friday at 0.0065, up 171%, was up huge. Actually hit a high of, I believe it was 0.0085 or 80, right in that range, up over 200% on the day. It had about 49.5 million in volume yesterday, which is significantly higher than the average volume on this stock. Something's going on here. I looked, I couldn't find anything pertinent that would be causing this stock to run in such a manner. But the fact that midday there was a huge rush in buying this particular stock actually has an excellent share structure as well too. If we take a look at the security details of this play, EQLB actually has an authorized shares of 2 billion. And an outstanding shares of 2 billion, or just a shade over. The restricted shares is 1.2 billion, leaving them of a float of about 859 million. Not too bad for an OTC stock. If this gets any news as far as going pink current, any distribution deals, any news of this type, this stock is going to fly. I can see this thing breaking 2 cents rather easily over the next few weeks if any news does come out. So I definitely want you to keep EQLB on your radar. I took a starter position yesterday. It was a little difficult to get in with any size. I wanted to buy a couple million shares, but had to do it in small increments, or else I would have pushed the stock way up. So be careful if you are entering this stock. If you're going to do it in any size, kind of incrementally work your way into this thing, or you're going to push it up and pay it up, and then it might pull back as far as after you make your purchase. So you're going to kind of want to wait for some sizable offers to come in to start hitting the ask on that. Second stock we're going to be talking about today is NWTT Capital, NWTT. Stock closed at 0.0013, traded flat on the day. I had 128 million in volume yesterday. Has traded, now this is high volume for the average volume on this thing, but over the past couple weeks, this thing is actually traded as many as almost 750 million shares. So this thing has been trading very volatilely over the past couple weeks here. In fact, the share structure on this stock, this is a lithium play, and right now, as we know, the EV sector is extremely hot right now. They are lacking as far as lithium for these EV batteries, and this is a lithium play. So this is in a very hot sector right now. Very low priced one as well too. And if we look at BMIX or BRLL, PTTN, all 3 of those have had magnificent runs from low price. So I do anticipate something similar from this. Also with the chart, this thing is actually working as in a stair-stepping fashion on the way up. Is looking very good as far as the chart. If you look at the daily chart, this thing was basing at about 0.00025. Broke all the way up into the high 30s or mid 30s. Broke all the way up into the mid 30s, pulled back down, and started a base right around 0.00075. So it had a base at 2.5, now a base at 7.5 after a significant run and a pullback. Then this thing broke all the way up into the high 20s, and then pullback has now created a base right around 12.5 to 13. So 0.0013 is a new base. So now I'm expecting another leg up. This one could be a more powerful move, in my opinion. If this thing breaks those highs, this thing could be off to the races. Now, with authorized shares, this thing does have 8 billion authorized shares, and outstanding shares of 5,592,919,000, of which over 1 billion are restricted. This thing has unrestricted shares of about 4.5 billion, which is rather high. But as we all see, even with the TSNP, which has close to a little bit over 3 billion shares, this thing just skyrocketed. This thing's well over $1. Now, I'm not calling this type of move, but I'm just bringing up the comparison to the fact that these stocks can move, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing break a half a penny sometime in the near future, the next couple of weeks. So definitely want to keep your eye on NWTT. I've been accumulating probably for the past 2 weeks here. Now, the third stock we're going to be talking about is Interscope Hearing, INND. This has been a very hot stock this week. In fact, this stock closed at 0.02675, so a little over 2.5 cents. It was up 17% on Friday. This thing is a hearing device company. In fact, I'm going to be pulling up its information right now. We're going to look at the security details. First, we'll talk about the share structure. This thing has an outstanding shares of 4.3 billion, of which 67 million are restricted, and unrestricted of 4.2 billion. Again, a little bit on the high side, but these stocks have been moving, so there's not really much we can say about that. I've seen ones with higher share structures move. Now, Interscope Hearing Technologies is a rapidly expanding disruptor in the hearing aid industry. Management is applying decades of profitable industry experience and technology to antiquated and disjointed industry, unlocking scale and efficiency. This company also has been getting some key partnerships, and we look to be having a PR coming out next week. Don't know who it's with. It could be with a Rite Aid, a Target, a Walmart. Who knows who this thing is with? We don't know. I am just speculating at this point. Kind of looking into the future of what could be the PR that they are putting out. But this thing has ran. This thing has ran from a little over a half a penny all the way to 0.02675 in just 3 or 4 days. So I believe it started on Tuesday, the run, and then this thing just took off. With news, this thing's not going to pull back at all. This thing can shoot to 5 or 6, maybe even 7 cents. If there is no news until midweek, this thing may pull back a little bit, give you a real nice buying opportunity. So you got to watch this very closely if you do plan on getting in. And also keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I am just telling you what I'm looking at in the research that I've done, and just giving you some plays to take a look at. Do your own research on any of these plays, see if they're a fit for your portfolio or your trading style. So I really like this play. I think it has a lot of potential. It's a disruptor in the hearing aid industry and other, hearing devices. I really like it. So the 3 plays that we brought up to you this week are EQLB, that's EQ Labs, NWTT, NW Tech Capital, and INND, Interscope Hearing. I like all 3. Now, we're going to get into some of the stocks that we talked about the last couple of weeks. First, we're going to be talking about GTLL, Global Technologies. I brought this up to you 2 weeks ago, also mentioned it last week, gave it to you under a half a penny, and now Global Technologies, which had a huge day on Friday, closed at 0.05 or 0.0151, so just a shade over a penny and a half, up 91% on Friday. The company announced that they were going to do a company update or a shareholder update, talking about one of the major catalysts that they have coming in the near future, which is a 3.4 billion share reduction, which is absolutely astronomical for a company like this. Also, as I mentioned last week, they have that partnership with BBIG, which is Vinco Ventures. They have a product called MOM, or Markets on Main, which they lease to BBIG, and BBIG has other companies that use this product, such as Optec International and many others. We're expecting a merger hopefully very soon, because everything that you look at, you see some forms being filed by BBIG, which would indicate that the merger is impending. So I love GTLL. Even at $0.015, I think this is an absolute steal. Any news, first off, when that share reduction comes into play, we're looking at least 2.5 cents easy. Once the merger hits, I can see this thing blasting up to 10 cents, if not even better, if not much better. Like I said, there are 3 stocks that I am ultra bullish on, and I have not been as bullish on 3 stocks since back in November when we had TSMP, DSGT, and both of those I was very bullish on, and I also brought you American Battery Metals, ABML, and that was right around 18 or 19 cents. This thing almost cracked $4. So we see that these OTC stocks can really move if they have the right product, if they have the right share structure, if they have the right things going for it, and the catalyst. These things can really move. I think GTLL is a top of the line buy. Love this play. Second play we're going to be talking about, which we brought up to you last week. We brought this to you under $0.015, and this is ILUS International. They had another name. They changed their name to ILUS International. This stock closed at 0.06585, so a shade over 6.5 cents. We brought it to you at $0.015. This thing was up 14% on Friday, has pulled back off of its highs of above 9, about 9.8, close to 10 cents. This thing had about 59 million in volume on Friday. They actually have mergers that we've been talking about with Firebug, which is a EV fire truck and autonomous utility vehicle segment to their company. They also merged with vehicle converters, so now they're able to convert all types of vehicles for various types of businesses. We have found that they have just delivered an order in Africa to the United Nations. They have major customers such as Apple, Shell Gas, and the list goes on. Take a good look at these guys. To me, right now, this might be probably one of the best plays in the entire market right now. They have a very low share structure, very nice share structure. I think this company's going places with the connections that they do have. I think this thing at 6.5 cents, or a little over 6.5 cents, is still an absolute steal. I'm not selling a share till at least a quarter, and who knows, this thing could be one of them bangers that runs the 40, 50 cents. Love ILUS. Now, the third and final stock we'll be talking about, of stocks that we have talked about in the past, is VPER Networks, VPER. VPER closed at 0.0204, up 6% on Friday, had 363 million in volume. Now, VPER, I brought this to you right around $0.005, and this thing has now quadrupled since then. Excellent move. This thing has a beautiful chart right now. This thing ran all the way up to about a little over 2.5 cents at 0.0262 or 264, something of that nature. Has now since pulled back to the 2 cent range, and now for the past 3 days has just kind of bounced in a very tight channel between about 185 and about 205. Very tight channel, very similar to what TSMP did before it absolutely broke out. The thing ran up to 3.5 cents, pulled back to the 2 cent area, bounced around there for about 4 or 5 days, and then all of a sudden, boom, the thing shot up to 10, 20 in one day, or I think 10, a little over 10 in one day. The next day it ran up to 20 cents. I'm not, like, again, I am just doing comparatives as far as, what the charts now. VPER's very exciting. They have lighting contracts in Chicago. These are solar light poles in Chicago and in Miami, all over Africa. So this is an international company. Now they have a connect with a company called Nomo. Nomo actually has ties with NIO and Tesla. They also stated that they will be doing a share reduction. They will be getting Pink Current. They're expediting getting Pink Current very soon to put out a PR next week. So I anticipate a push. The chart's perfect. The catalysts are perfect. They also put out a tweet that they can convert their light poles, solar light poles, into EV charging stations, which is huge. Also working with battery swaps, clean energy, solar. This is like the Swiss Army knife of clean energy plays, and right now at 2 cents, it's just a shade over 2 cents. This thing's an absolute steal. these three stocks, I couldn't get more bullish on any of the three. So again, the first three stocks we were talking about and I introduced you to today are EQLB, that's EQ Labs, NWTT, that's NWTT Capital, and Interscope Hearing, INND, bullish about that, with that stock. And the three amigos, man, these are my three top plays. They were my top plays last weekend. They're still my top plays this weekend. I am still ultra bullish on these plays, and that is GTLL, Global Technologies, ILUS International, and VPER, VPER Networks. All three of those are long-term holds for me. I'm holding these at least bare minimum for the next 90 days. I'm going to see where this takes us because I think we have something big with these three. So, as always, that's all I got for you. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. I like I said, I couldn't be more bullish about three plays, but again, always do your own due diligence. Look at the research that's available to you, any of the information that's available to you. Go to the websites. In fact, VPER is updating their website now, so that should be up early in the week. So they're actually making moves. Hey, all I can say to you is, let's get that money, traders. We will see you tomorrow.